This is Lesson 2 of Unit 1, which is the Pre-Algebra Review and Introduction to Algebra. In this lesson, we will be discussing combining like terms. What is combining like terms? Combining like terms means adding or subtracting terms in an expression that have the same variables and power. So for example, let's take this expression. We have x squared plus 3x minus 7 plus 5x squared minus 7x plus 1. So our first step when combining like terms is identifying terms with the same variables and exponents. So in this expression, our first two like terms would be x squared and 5x squared. The reason for this is that both terms contain the same variable, which is x, and the same exponent or power, which is to the power of 2. We could not combine x squared and 3x because while they share the same variable, they do not have the same exponent. So likewise, our next set of like terms would be 3x and minus 7x. And then finally, we have our two constants, which means that they are fixed numbers. They do not multiply or divide with any variable, so they will stay the same throughout the equation. We have negative 7 and 1. So now that we've identified our like terms, the next step is to group our like terms together. So this means rewriting the expression so that our like terms are grouped together just for the sake of simplicity. So we can rewrite this as x squared plus 5x squared plus 3x minus 7x minus 7 plus 1. Okay, so now that we have grouped our like terms together, the next step is to add or subtract their coefficients. So for x squared, the coefficient would be 1, and then x squared plus 5x squared would be 6x squared. Now we have 3x minus 7x, so 3 minus 7 is negative 4. This means that this would be minus 4x. And then finally, we have negative 7 plus 1, which is negative 6, so this would be minus 6. So this is our final answer for this expression where we combined like terms. This is another example problem. So within this, we first have to identify our like terms. We have 4x and 2x, and then we have 3 and negative 5. So we need to combine our like terms. 4x plus 2x equals to 6x, and 3 minus 5 is negative 2. So our final answer, or our simplified version of the expression, would be 6x minus 2. Now we have some example problems that we'll go over together. So first off, we have 2x plus 5x. As we can see, these are like terms because they both contain the variable x to the power of 1, so we could simply write this as 7x. Now we have 7 plus 3 minus 4. As these do not contain any variables, they are just constants, we can simply add and subtract the numbers. So we have 7 plus 3 is 10, and then 10 minus 4 is 6. Over here we have the same thing. All of these terms contain the variable y, so we can simply subtract and then add their coefficients. So we have 6 minus 2, which is 4. 4y plus y would be 5y. And then over here we have 3a plus 2b plus 4a. So as we can see, we have two different variables in this expression, which means that we will need to group the terms 3a and 4a. 3a plus 4a is 7a. And then we have plus 2b, which cannot be grouped with anything in this expression. So 7a plus 2b is our final answer for this one. And then over here we have 9x minus 3x plus 1. Once again, we group 9x and minus 3x. This would be 6x. And then we have our plus 1. Now for this expression, we could group our like terms together just to make it easier. So we have 5x and minus 2x as our first set of like terms. And then we have plus 3y minus y. And then we have our constant, which is 7. So once we group these, we simply just combine the like terms. 5x minus 2x is 3x. And then 3y minus y is 2y. And then we have plus 7. So this would be our final answer for this expression. Likewise, over here, we have 4a plus minus 3b plus 2a plus b minus 6. So if we group 4a plus 2a, we get 6a. And then minus 3b plus b, we get minus 2b. And then we have minus 6. Again, the same thing here. Negative 2x minus x is negative 3x. 4y minus y is 3y. And then we have plus 3. And again for this expression, so we have 6m minus 2n plus 3m plus 4n minus m. So we can group 6m plus 3m minus m, which would be 8m. And then negative 2n plus 4n would be plus 2n. And then for our final expression, we group 3x squared and negative 2x squared. This would just be x squared. And then 5x minus x, which would be 4x. And then our constant, which is 4. So these are our final answers for each of these expressions. Here we have the answer key to which you can compare the answers if you would like to. Thank you for watching this lesson, and let's move on to lesson 3 of this unit.